Welcome to Beyond the Laughter. It's your boy Lavetti Vegas, man, and my other host Terrance Gawith. And today we ain't got too much of an intro for him, man. He's been on the scene doing the damn thing. Give it up for my homie Chinaka.
Hey.
And thank you for saying my name correctly. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I noticed we didn't attempt the last name.
I was looking at him, so what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
No, we gonna pull the Madonnas and the Beyonces.
Yeah.
Just the one name, Prince. Just the one name.
We might give you a letter for the letter A. All right.
Here's what's terrible. I got two middle names.
Yeah.
Both of them suckers are hard to say. I got four names. None of them are easy to pronounce.
What's the other
I'm gonna say it. Okay, and I'm gonna quiz you later.
All right, you gonna quiz me later? To spell them or to say them?
Yes.
To spell them?
Yes. Full name. Ready?
Ready?
We'll fail.
Chinaka. That's my first name.
Chinaka, yeah.
You got that right. Chakudi. Enudike. Asugha. Go ahead.
So what,
Go.
what's the
No,
one?
no,
You said later. You didn't say you was gonna quiz me.
time is always moving, brother.
Chinaka,
Charcuterie.
charcuterie.
Ooh, delicious.
Charcuterie, yeah. That's what
Don't you ever, don't ever,
That's a
don't
good
ever,
guess.
Don't
That's a good
ever,
guess.
don't ever call another man delicious. Don't you ever?
Ain't that kind of interview.
Don't you
Ain't that
ever
kind of
call
interview.
another man delicious. I
Ain't
mean,
that
I don't
kinda
mind who
interview.
play for the other team, but I ain't calling no man delicious.
Ain't that
Especially,
kind of interview.
especially when it's get aired for later. That's some slander. Oh, remember when you called that man
delicious.
delicious?
Yeah, but speaking of delicious, this churro, these nachos
Oh yeah.
from Lena's are
Oh man,
fantastic.
yeah, we got to talk about
This
it.
was our first time trying it, honestly.
Very
Like
first
in
time,
general. I don't think you had it either before.
And I'm a fan, man. The super nachos, man. And we got the churros. They are from Lena's. You
taking
can
a
catch about a couple locations. They got one in La Vista. They got one close
West
to Springfield, West O. Oh man, and of course South though. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely gotta give a shout out to Lena's, man. They definitely got a fan. Absolutely.
I'm more than happy to spend 25 minutes just eating. Like just
I mean, that's what you
just
want to
me
do, man. We gotta,
just me eating
we gotta talk
nachos.
about food.
You say that.
I mean, this probably more important than your comedy career.
We just need the crew in back to like zoom in and then get the cameras like right here for all that AMSR
all
stuff.
that, right.
Yeah, because that's all
I
trending.
gassed the food more than you did.
You know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
As
it.
long as I gassed the food
I'm
and you
okay
ain't
with it.
gassed, then that's cool. That's all I'm worried about, man. So man, tell us, man. You bursted on the scene. You on the scene. You did Zach Peterson classes. What made you want to do his classes?
Yeah, so honestly, my whole start was kind of like this weird serendipitous thing that occurred to me, right? Like I'm old, I'm an older dude. I started off old. I've only been doing it for like 2.5, 3 years, right? What happened was I had my job, had my lovely wife, had my lovely kids, but I just kind of felt empty. Kind of felt like I was missing something. And so what I did was I said, you know what I'll do? Improv. So I'm Googling everything on improv, and I go to the back line, and by strange coincidence, the first thing that pops up is stand-up classes. And the stand-up classes happen to have on the perfect dates, which I was able to get free time on. And the best part about it was I didn't read the bottom, because the bottom says, the final class, you're going to do a set in front of a group of people. I didn't see that. I thought I was going to go there.
That would have made you chicken out a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it. I thought I was going to go there, see some videos of Bill Burr, like laugh, take notes on why Bill Burr is better than I am, and then go home. And then I get there and I meet Zach Peterson. He's a great dude. Shout out to Zach Peterson. What's good, man?
Shout out, Jets.
And he goes there and he gives me this booklet. And at the booklet, I see that there's like a stand-up show at the end. And I said, well, who's performing, right?
And he like,
you.
you.
And so, and the thing is, it's like I already paid, so I can't like just he told me no refunds. Like he just looked straight, no refunds.
And I already went toward OPPD. So.
And so I did it, and I loved it. I started going to open mics. I started running to people. I started learning by running to people, right? So No Way, shout out to No Way. Brent Bradley, shout out to Brent Bradley. Rachel Ware, shout out to Rachel Ware. Megan Malone, shout out to Megan Malone. Karen Malone, shout out to Cam. There's too many comments.
Somebody black.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this for the next 22 minutes.
I'm working my way down. You see how Cam is darker?
Ain't no way like 50%.
He's 50 black. And the camera's darker. I was working my way there. I was working my Q.
Yeah.
Oh, like the color
Hey,
palette.
don't look
Yeah.
at me.
Q, shout out to Q.
What, you a DJ? What is
I love how I shot a Q, and y'all didn't shout Q out.
Man, can I see that dude all the time? I'm seeing him next week.
Well, you need to shout me. I know that. You got a whole audience that has no idea about your background.
I got to show with him next week.
Thank you. Thank you. Juneteenth is coming up right around the corner. My guy over here don't shout out no black people. Like, shout out to Zach Peterson. Q. Nah, I don't know that, brother. Saw him yesterday. Quick.
So now you've been at it for 2.5, 3 years since the workshop.
Yep.
Now that you've been on the grind for a short time, no disrespect, but it is a short. I feel like at 12 years is still a short time for me, but at 3 years it's a short time. Do you now understand why Zach looked at you dead in your face and said no refunds?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes. Let me tell you something. So I love stand-up comedy. Mm-hmm. For me, stand-up is like an art form.
Yep.
Right? I don't even really see it's an art form. It's art, right? And the thing for me is the worst part about stand-up comedy has nothing to do with stand-up comedy. Right? For me, the worst part about it is the things outside of stand-up.
100%.
Right? Making jokes is tough, but I love doing it. Right? Getting funny jokes is tough, but I love doing it. Getting in front of people is, I have anxiety issues, which is of course why I decided to do this interview with you guys. I just make great decisions. I make great choices. So
getting out of the comfort zone.
I have anxiety issues and get everyone on stage, people laughing, people not laughing, and when you get that laugh, it's all worth it. The tough stuff for me stand-up is the stuff outside of stand-up, right? Like promoters you can't trust, right? Beefs you didn't know that you were a part of, right?
Dude.
Like you had no idea, and then you find out through social media that there's a problem.
One of us hosts here knows about that beef that you're not even. I'm kidding, man. It's okay.
I want the beef at Lena's because that is.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing. But I love that type of beef. These taco trucks got the best beef.
And I have to.
Man.
I have to
Mexicans got the best beef. Mexicans got the best beef.
I have to talk comedy beefs in general, okay? I'm looking at the camera. Young comedian out there.
That one's not on.
Is that not one?
I'm just playing.
Young comedian. Right? Let me tell you something. It ain't worth it.
It's really.
We can all make money.
It really can.
We can all. Lavetti being successful don't stop me from making money. Terrance being successful don't stop me from making money. In fact, Terrance successful gets me more food. We all eat more. Look at this plate. You think if Terrance was broke, we would have this? No offense, Terrance. No, but we would have this.
It's laughable. Like we're laughing about it, but it's so real, man. Like a rising tide raises all ships.
Yes.
And that weird crab in a bucket mentality, and it's everywhere,
yes.
man. It is in every scene that I've touched into, so it's nothing new. So I guess, what is it that Chinaka does, what is it that Chinaka does to counter that?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I do, and this is what I do with most issues. I find a way to laugh at it. I do. And the reason why, I feel like the reason why we're...
And then it gets you banned from several different shows.
I mean,
I'll tell you right now, he got the Zach Peterson connection.
So, yeah,
because here's why. You got to connect, man.
I'm fantastic at networking,
yeah.
Right? So I have a business degree, and one of the things that you learn in business is networking.
Yes, sir.
Chances are he's probably not smarter than you are. He probably met the right guy at the right time, made the right impression. Right. That's usually what. And I'm not saying there's not hard work. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying you wonder why you working twice as hard as that dude, and he's got 20 people talking to him, and there's 2 people talking to you. It's probably because he knows the right scenes to go to. He knows the right place to go to. He talked to that one dude who told him to go to that 3 locations to meet those 4 people to get him popular. Right? And that's what it is. And that's not just comedy, that's kind of like the world, right? That's kind of how is this person more famous than this person? Because he was on SNL that one time and got 8 billion viewers even though he can't do nothing, right? That's kind of how it is. It's the networking, right? How to present yourself, try not to show any malice. Like if somebody doesn't like you, firm handshake, it's all good. Walk away. He might say stuff behind your back, but people pay attention to that. You know what I mean? People pay attention to that.
But they also pay attention to how you carry yourself out in public.
Yeah,
right?
The golden rule I always say is, man, you can be friendly, but you ain't got to be friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was in a show not too long ago, and there was a couple people I know that didn't like me. But guess what? You ain't know. You want to know why? Because I'm friendly, man.
Right.
Just kept it cool. You know what I mean? It really ain't got no beef with nobody. Regardless of what the streets say, but you know what I'm saying? I really don't got it. I got a lot of people that don't like me. You know what I mean? For different type of reasons.
I got to peel the audience back. I got to peel the curtain. People don't know this. So I ran into Lavetti. First off, timeout. Episode 10. I'm pissed off at you for revealing your true name. I felt like Spider-Man came out and took his mask off and said, "I'm Peter Parker."
But if you watch that episode, I don't think it was Lavetti that did the whole government name reveal that day.
So another person said your name, and then another episode, you confirmed that was who you were.
Well, I mean, that's.
I just it hurts my.
What was already said.
I refer to people.
Well, I mean, if we gonna keep referring back to that garbage time, you know what I mean? I mean, we gonna refer back to it. We'll do it one more time for the people. If we're gonna talk about comics that don't matter. So back, I referred it, but people already. I mean, if you my friends, you my family. If you a girl I'm talking to, that's my name. Like, it doesn't. Lavetti is. If we're gonna go back there, Lavetti is out of respect. If you don't know me personally, don't call me Trent. Right. Period. Trent is what my son's mom called me. It's gonna be what my coworkers call me. It's gonna be what like I said, family, friends. You know, Terrance, he can call me that if he want to. But if I'm not, he doesn't. And that's what you know what I'm saying. But if you're not that, it was an attempt to piss me off. It worked. And even when I went to the show that people didn't like me, they thought it was funny to say that. And I let them slide with it. I said, oh, yeah, what up? And I just kept saying what up because they wanted a reaction. Hey, what up, Trent? Hey, what's up? And then I just kept it moving. You know what I mean? But it's that's what that is, man.
I think that's just a quick, and I hate to do it, man, because I don't like complimenting anybody, but we do got to applaud the maturity, because 2 years ago, Lavetti, this would not have been you.
No, it wouldn't have been, man.
Lavetti would have been like, all right, all of y'all are going to heaven right now. And then you gotta just beef with the whole scene.
But you got to grow up, because what I learned, at least with beef, and not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
It ain't, you know, I'm gonna be super honest. It ain't that I ain't getting on shows because I ain't funny. I ain't getting on shows because I'm a problem. You know, and it's not that I'm a current problem. I was a problem, so my past is reflecting my present. So it's not that people ain't put me on because he ain't funny, and I ain't being cocky saying I'm the funniest. I'm not getting on shows because, you know, I had my past drama and my past image, and I'm trying to build over that. But sometimes people just gonna keep looking at that, and it sucks. But you know, it's life.
Well, they say you're living with the decisions of you from 3 to 5 years ago. So 3 to 5 years from now, we'll be living with the decisions you make now. So you got to keep that momentum.
So just keep it moving.
And it goes right into like that thing you was talking about with the beef with the young comics. Like, don't do it. It's such an easy trap to fall into, man. Like, especially because everybody treats it like it's a zero-sum game, right? Like we can't all be here eating.
We all can.
Look, let's just be real. Not every crowd and every person is going to love me. But if we rotate us three, every person in that crowd is going to get touched. Like, that's how people need to look at it, man. But they get so short-sighted because there's limited opportunities and all of this stuff.
I will say this, and to your credit, I don't know if you remember this. The first time I had an actual interaction, and I don't think you know this, with Lavetti, right? So I've kind of seen him at open mics. But there was one time, I will say this, all they're watching, please follow these guys' social medias. Please do. I like, you know, you throw jokes out there, which is really great, especially in the truck. Lavetti has jokes, but he has a lot of inspirational hashtags, right? And there was one time, because, you know, my dude's always on the grind, right? So there was one time where he had something that was very inspirational. It was just like, just got off of work, 3 a.m., on my way to Wichita, doing 2 shows, got 2 checks, know what I mean? Hashtag no fumbles, hashtag touchdowns, hashtag no bricks, hashtag all touchdown, right? Just, it was great, right? And he was feeling himself as he should have, because he was doing great. He's like, on my way home, paying all my bills, no problems, hashtag full gas tank, hashtag the electric bill paid, right? And so I just saw say something crazy, and then I wrote, yeah, but can you do the splits though? Send. And so I didn't actually think he would actually read it. I just threw, because a bunch of people, you know, and then I get a message like, what the hell? Now, to his defense, I am not blocked, to my knowledge. I haven't checked my phone yet. But I am not blocked. To my knowledge, I have not been blocked. And every time he's on the show, I always try to hype him up with different ways that he can do the splits.
But here's the story that you didn't know, is since that message has been sent, he has sent me all kinds of videos of him trying to do the splits.
I know.
And I keep being like, Lavetti, stop texting me, man. Like,
that's about you, man. That's not about me, man.
He'll be on the stage, and I'll just be like, hip flexors.
Yeah.
Hip flexors.
Yeah, he's pulling his leg back, calling me, like, we're over here planning this episode, man. He was stretching out before he said, I said, damn it, Lavetti.
And also,
don't
Terrance,
do the splits again.
I'm mad at you, man. Here's why I'm mad at you, Terrance. Okay?
It's because I'm white.
I met you. Yes. Juneteenth is coming up soon, so hell yeah. Right? Expect an apology after the show. 2, Two, I met you for 8 minutes, right? Like 8 minutes. And I don't know if you remember this. I met you because there was like a roast battle, right? And everyone tells me you're really funny and you appear to be really funny. And I like watching comedian sets because I like seeing their style. Right?
Thank you.
I've never seen your set, but I've seen your roast battle style, and I love your style. Essentially what you do is you have like an introduction and then the actual roast, right? So you'd be like,
I have a very insulting introduction.
You black, ugly piece of crap. And then you go into the roast, right? And it's really good, right? You know, and then I didn't do as great of a job because I'm not a roaster. I'm too nice, you know. And then you're just like, hey, man, good energy. And he walked away. And I said, okay, I'm see that guy soon. And then we were also on a show called It's Vibe. And I'm like, all right, I'm seeing my dude Terrance, right? And then like something happened and you couldn't make it. And I'm like,
I remember that.
Oh, my dude dogged me. Why he dogging me? Why can't I see Terrance?
Dude,
you know?
I still feel bad to Lage and them. Like, that was a bad life deal. I think she still hates me from that.
No,
I get it. I get it. That was... It was so bad. The show was at like 3:30, and I thought it was at 7:30, not showing up. That's how bad that whole string of everything was for me, man. Like, it was just, I had a lot going on in life, man. But yeah, it's funny because you meet so many different people and personalities when you do this thing. You always kind of wonder who's gonna stick.
Yeah.
And so, like, I like it when people like you that have a good personality stick because you stay around, and again, it's that rising tide raises all ships. But I think we run the risk right now of being a little too positive. Like, we've been very upbeat except for the beef deal. So I want to know who in the scene you want to punch directly in the throat.
Punch directly in the throat.
Like, if you just, like, it could be an uppercut, a jab. You know, you could even give him a two-piece.
Two-piece right on the throat. So, okay, let's see here, a couple people on the throat. So there's numerous people on the throat, okay? So I kind of wanted to hit you for ducking me.
Yep.
But I also wanted to punch Lavetti for a couple of reasons. So first and foremost, you guys had episode 10, where he's naming off tag teams, okay? So the list of tag teams he didn't name off. Harlem Heat. Like, how you forget Harlem Heat? He didn't name off Harlem Heat. He didn't name off the Steiner brothers. Now, credit to you, because you said Steiner recliner.
I absolutely.
And I had
was just about to say.
In about 3 years.
Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back to that, man.
I was just about to say.
Hold on, let's go back to that. So what was said before I started naming tag teams? What was said?
So you did. So first off, also something that you said, which was disrespectful to you, quite frankly. Because you guys said that you were like the Dudley brothers, which would have been perfect, because you have Devon, Testify, and Bubba. But he called you Spike Dudley. So there's actually a whole list of Dudleys, but Spike was the smallest and the most insignificant. And so
was he? Name another Dudley besides the three we just named.
But what?
Exactly. See, you got Devon, you got Bubba, and Spike was actually a significant Dudley.
Did Spike win a tag team?
Yes, he did. You better look it up. Man, you better look it up. Better look it up. Yes, better look it up. Man, better look it up.
Get the table. Spike don't say that. That's Bubba.
No, yeah.
So this is why we need one of those cut-ins where you guys are arguing. We go to like the white translation. That way, like, black folks can stay paid in. What's happening now is we got a very friendly debate.
Who else?
You said the Brothers of Destruction, right? And that's fine.
Brothers of Destruction?
Yes, you did.
You did.
You said
Okay,
Brothers of Destruction.
who else I said?
You said that the other people were the Hardy Boys, which is weird because they were actually a good tag team. I don't know what you were doing.
No, so I was saying that we were bigger than them. That's why I said
Well,
Brothers
Hardy's
of
a pretty big.
Destruction.
You know what you should have called them?
The Brothers of Destruction would kill the Hardy Boys.
You should've
but
called them-
what's crazy is the Hardy Boys are a better tag team.
They won more championships than the Brothers. They won more tag team championships.
Yeah, they have.
They are in part of that notorious TLC
Yeah,
match.
I'll give you that.
So where we ranking X-Pac in this whole thing in D-Generation X?
Well, he didn't bring them up.
was
He didn't bring them up.
So
And
who's
outsiders? Oh, he didn't bring them up either.
Oh, I'm a Scott Hall, Kevin Nash fan, but we talking about, but they was working together. But we talking about like legit tag teams.
They were a legit tag team.
Oh no, we talking about that was actually together for tag teaming.
Outsiders.
They did that because they were friends, but they wasn't like the Hardy Boys. They wasn't like Edge and Christian. They wasn't the Dudley.
They were in WCW.
Yeah, for a little
they
bit,
were
but
a tag team that dominated, and they said we're gonna have a third man, which turned out to be, spoiler alert, Hulk Hogan. Spoiler. I don't know if I ruined it.
Hulk Hogan, man.
Racist.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Let's see. Yeah, but yeah.
Did you guys watch Mr. McMahon, the documentary?
No, I haven't watched.
You want to talk about a corporate cuck?
Yeah,
that is absolutely
guy,
Hulk Hogan. Like that dude literally like almost worshipped like pictures of Vince McMahon. He's like, hey, that guy did a lot for me. It's like, man, Everything I thought I knew about Hulk Hogan is just out the window.
And I mean
You were
this.
my childhood.
I mean this objectively. I don't mean this as an insult. He's a liar, and I don't mean that as a
yeah.
He's objectively
Look
a
at all his
liar.
clips,
Like
he's a liar.
He says stories that just aren't true. He's just like, yeah, brother. I don't know if you know this, but I actually have slugged the UFC.
Dude.
Like, what? No, you didn't.
The way he flip-flopped in that Mr. McMahon documentary even, and it was like, dude, this dude is dirty.
Vince McMahon is an actual villain. Who knew?
Yeah.
He's an actual villain.
Yeah.
Like,
He's an actual villain.
I think what was funniest is like when he started going under some of the trial stuff, like in the early phases, not with the big lawsuit now, in the early phases. I remember him walking into the courtroom with the neck brace.
Neck brace, yes.
And then just having them profile it in the documentary, like, man, this dude really was just trying to live out WWE storylines in real life.
Real time.
Oh man, that's when you know you just got enough money to just you got
just
that
whatever.
FU money,
Just do
yeah,
whatever.
dude.
Like he reminds me of I don't know if you know this, but you know Dilbert comic creator.
Yeah.
He who turned out being super racist.
He's like super duper.
He's
racist.
super trooper racist, but there's really nothing. He just made kind of so much money, so we just don't talk about him anymore, and I just don't read his comics anymore.
I was to say, do they even have any more Dilbert? Dilbert's done now, right? Yeah. I remember when that came out. Like
it was so popular among business people, like white business people, was just so.
Everybody
great.
loved Dilbert.
It was so great.
like, the thing, I just don't understand how people can't. Like, I don't understand new wave people. Like, you got to have your beliefs out there. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't understand why we can't be like this. Can't be like the '90s. Why can't we all be closeted racists again? You know, like.
You know what? that kind of reminds me. So since we're already talking about wrestling, since we're already there, do you guys? I don't know if do you guys remember? Like Kurt Hennig used to have this stable,
Yeah.
And there was another stable called the No Limit Soldiers because Master P wanted to invest in WCW. That's a discussion for another time.
Stables.
But they
I
came
love
up.
Master P though. That's how much of an
I
impact
love
he
him,
had in life.
but he came up with this country song called "I Hate Rap." Right? Have you guys heard? It was literally in wrestling, and I hate rap. That's the whole.
I feel like you're kind of unlocking a memory, but I couldn't recall.
And when he did, in the whole song, he just talks about things he liked, which are things that you would think he'd like. I like NASCAR racing, they always still the king, right? You know, only one thing that I hate is a bunch of crap. I hate rap. And that was the song. And the reason why I liked that song is because it was
I need
the
a whole
obvious,
album of you doing that.
It was I liked it because it was the obvious racism. Like, I don't like this whole coded racism crap. Like, yeah, no, I like it. I don't like blacks. I just love that. Like, yeah, with
In
tongue
your
in
face.
your mouth.
You want it in your face.
Right, in your face, with some, little snub.
I want to be able to.
Or a
chew
little
on
snub in your mouth. They be doing, I don't like color over here. I love that. Like, yeah, that's just say it to my face, and then I'm gonna just go home and complain about it later.
Because I know what uniform you're wearing and which team we got
I
to
know
play.
not to invite you to the show to have some super nachos.
I guess I'm old school, man. Like I grew up, in a time where like your racism was supposed to be a little subtle. Like you just supposed
it was
to keep.
classy.
It
classy
was a
racism.
side dish, right? Like you had your meatloaf and your mashed potatoes and gravy, but the side of racism was where you kind
a little bit over here. But
I just like looking at his face every time he talks.
But I'm feeling like this new school racism where they code everything and I got to figure it out, like in Da Vinci Code, right? They're just like, hey Chinaka, bet you like that chicken, don't you? Well, yes. Oh, wait a minute. I see what you did there, right? No, I don't like having to do that. It's too much work for me. Just look. I think you're a black person. You like chicken. Just say it to my face. I'm like, okay. Now I know where you stand, right? I don't gotta think about it.
Yeah.
No miscommunication. I just don't like ambiguity in my conversations. That's
Clear to the point. I agree.
Appreciate that. Your thoughts, Lavetti.
I ain't got nothing. My
You
brain.
haven't said a word.
My brain's on vacation.
No, he's also around my same age, so he's also keeping the closet of racist thoughts.
We've been monopolizing it. What is your favorite type of racism? Please write in your favorite type of racism. Beyond the laughter, write in your favorite type of racism.
Racism, man. I like everybody, man. I like everybody. I like all races, and when
it's
it comes to
snowing.
women, when it comes to women, if it's snowing, I'm going. You already know. And shit, it's always flower in the power. You know.
He did a show and half
And I'm
the
going to
audience.
send you another text after this.
Thanks, because I appreciate that. Because people still think I look down that woman's skirt, and if anybody know, she wasn't packaged like she was supposed to be for me to be looking down there. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to say this. I'm trying to stay good, man. I ain't trying to say. I'm just saying, man. Like my dad
Derailed.
My dad says if it ain't right, it ain't right. But
Right.
that's not my code, man. She was cute, but she was she was the birthday girl, and she asked to take a picture. Her and her friend said, "Hey, can we take a picture with you?" So I said, yeah. And then 5 other white women came up on stage. And
Sound like a trap.
Maybe
Sound like a trap.
Maybe Latina.
Did they say words like exotic? Did you hear that?
No, they said.
That's a gold. You know, that's a gold.
They said words like, ooh, he's sexy. so then I was getting the trophy, and the thing about that trophy is something was wrong with the top, man. So I was trying to grab the trophy, not grab her. So we was looking at it. I was like, oh, man, this is messing up a little bit. Like, oh, it's just crazy because I didn't want to drop it. So I'm like smiling and nervous, and it's like, hey, don't drop this. Yeah, and she's like, oh, I got it. And she looked like she didn't have it, so I was holding it. And it's like 20 pictures that's sent. And I put the pictures in order of line. You could definitely see me looking at the trophy. Not the trophy wife, but the actual trophy.
There's a story to be said in those.
Her husband actually took the picture. So I mean that
He could be a freak. We don't know what he likes. We don't know what he likes. That's a kink. There's a whole genre.
There's that one chair that stares at the hotel bedroom.
Last time I checked, Diddy didn't live in Kansas City, okay? So, he took the picture, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I mean, this ain't about me, man. We got a minute and 30 seconds left.
It's not about you, but let's just applaud the effort you went through to make up that story.
I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Look, America, he didn't do it. Innocent.
Hey, there's some stuff that's still out there. People might think you're talking about some other stuff, man.
Man, so since we are closing, man, like it flew by, but now you gotta look at the camera and tell everybody what you got going on over the next couple of weeks,
Absolutely.
your socials and all of that.
Absolutely.
Bring it
So once again, my name is Chinaka, Chinaka.
There we go.
I'll give you my last name in case you confuse me with the other Chinakas. It happens. Asugha, Asugha. You can, of course, find me on Facebook and Instagram under Chinaka, Chinaka. Look for the fat dude, looks like me. And also, where you can find me? Funny you should ask. I'm usually around, but you can, of course, find me June 20th, actually. I'm going to Rachel Ware has a show. It's called, it's at 9:30. What's the name of that?
Power Hour.
Power Hour, yes.
Power
My
Hour
man,
at the back.
my back.
Power
Called Power Hour.
Friday night.
I'm still trying to get booked.
I blackmailed her into get networking.
The next guest might help me. The next guest might help me get on it.
I said networking. He wasn't paying attention.
I'm paying attention because the next guest,
Really?
all I gotta do is
Really, this was all just an intervention for Lavetti. That's what this really was. It wasn't about me. It was an intervention for Lavetti.
All right, man. Well, Chinaka, appreciate you coming on, man. This has been a great episode. We didn't really
flew
say
by,
much,
man.
but
Every type of racism.
Have a great day. Wow.
Man, you guys are wild.
That's the kind of episode.
Wow.